before I came to vet school, I was really worried that I was going to come to university, there was going to be so many people, and I'm not going to know any of them. But when I got here, I found that wasn't the case. I do know how to make friends, and definitely everyone at vet school is very friendly, so it's very easy to make friends at vet school.
Things that I was most worried about before coming to vet school was, I don't know, finding my way around and making friends. I was so worried that I wasn't going to fit in. But to be honest, I don't know, nobody knows each other in vet school.
It's like when you're in school and you're like in sixth year or sixth form or whatever, like you're at the top, and then you feel like you're sort of like ruling the school and stuff like that, and then you're coming to uni and you're right back at the bottom as a fresher, and you're like, okay, who are my friends and stuff like that. Like, I knew a few people coming to Edinburgh but not doing vet med at all, and then on your first day, like, it is quite nerve-wracking, I would say.
But it's good as well if you don't know people when you come, because then it forces you to go out and make friends.
And like the biggest thing is, like, we're all on the same boat, everyone has got the same worry, everyone is going to be like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make friends. Like, there will be some people who think that they'll be able to make friends straight away, but everyone's on the same boat.
Everybody's here to support you in vet school as well. It is a very family atmosphere, so it is a bit nerve-wracking at first, but it's okay, you'll get through it.
You get looked after very well by the years above. They're very nice. Do definitely make friends with people in the years above you, like in older years. It's more work than you might think it is, but then you'll work out that it's the same for everyone else as well. Everyone else will find it that it's a lot of work. But in general, first year is very good fun.
First year, work is going to seem like it hits you with a ton of bricks, and you're going to have all these lectures and think, oh my god, I haven't gone over all these, I've got all these lectures to go over. But just don't panic. I think I took at least my first term, I took too seriously and thought, no, I've got to work at these times and I can't go to this because I've got this to do. But especially in your first term, try and enjoy it as much as possible. And then maybe second term, when you've got exams approaching, do settle down and make sure you work for them and pass them, but try and enjoy everything, because you can't survive without having that release of socializing and enjoying, or playing a sport or doing whatever you want, really. It's really important.
Your second term gets a lot busier, so you should probably, if you're going to have like a social term, it should probably be in your first term.
First day in uni, because we had been here during Freshers Week, it wasn't too bad. Just make yourself at home as much as possible. Go and sit in the view, find a chair, just get a group of you and chat. It's fine. Everybody, you just need to find your feet and settle in. Especially with, there's like 3 study areas as well: the study landscape, the quiet area and the library. Try and test out all 3 and see which works best for you. Don't be intimidated to go and sit in this quiet study area just because there's nobody talking in there. Just make it your own, really.
But it's not really too academic-y in the first week.
No, it's not academic. It's like
it's just
talking
like,
about how academic it's going to be.
Yeah,
and it's almost like, okay, can I start now?
There's a lot of like introductory lectures and stuff like that, and like we had a lecture on like what is a lecture, because that's the thing, like I didn't even know what a lecture was, like what happens, how do you take notes and stuff like that. So they're really, really helpful with stuff like that, and there's so much like revision skills and stuff like that, so they definitely prepare you in the first week.
Do everything you can in Freshers Week. Go to all the society's fairs that you can go to. Join a vet society, but then join a society outside of vet school as well, if you can. If you play a sport, join a society that plays that sport. If you play a musical instrument, then join a music society.
So during Freshers Week, it's very important that you make friends with your flatmates. make sure that you get to know people, and try and get to know people in your block as well.
Meet other people that aren't vets. Try and get those friends, because you're not going to meet them outside of freshers, and
You think
need
you will,
them. You really do need friends who aren't vets. Because like if it then comes into end of first year, you're looking for a flat. I mean, you'll be thinking this is miles away, but it's really not. You need sort of other friends to go to. Like I don't want to live with vets this year. It was like a thing that I was actually quite strong about. So luckily I have friends who aren't vets that I can stay with.
I did focus more on going to the vet school events, which I really, really, really enjoyed. But maybe try and integrate the two a bit and go to main uni Freshers Week and the Vets Freshers Week as well, and try and balance the two. I did really, really enjoy going to all the vets events though, and make sure that you've got your fancy dress ready, because everybody will be very disappointed if you don't.
There's a lot of vet activities that the final year at vet school run. Go to all of those, because you get to meet a lot of new people, a lot of people at vet school. But in your halls, you should always try and meet people at your halls, so then you make friends outside of vet school as well.
I think the best night to go for is the sports night on the Wednesday. Try and go to the various fairs, such as sports and society fairs. It's really, really good to get to know what's going on around you, and try out as much as you possibly can as well, because there are tryout sessions and they are free, so you may as well go for them. So on campus, we've got really, really good facilities. Because there's no place newly built, the teaching facilities are excellent. The view is really, really lovely. It's a really social place. I'd say try and bring your own lunch, because it does mount up and get quite expensive. So maybe use getting food at the view as a treat every now and again, but bring your own lunch. There is microwaves in the common room as well, so you can use them as much as you like.
It's really good. Like, there's just so much and so many people. Everyone's so friendly.
Yeah. Like it does feel like
make
it kind
friends
of feels...
with the canteen staff.
Yeah.
The facilities here are very nice, considering it is quite far outside of Edinburgh. So we have the canteen, which is called The View, which offers quite nice food actually, at reasonable prices. I do use that myself. Sometimes I bring a packed lunch, but I do use that occasionally. There's a nice library. The library's nice at vet school. There's all the veterinary books that we need. And there's also a study area that we call the study landscape, and that's very nice because it's got computers and it's got group study area. And then you can also talk there. So if you wanted a group study, or you wanted studying while you were talking to someone, then that'd be a nice area to go to. It's
really good how everything is here, and it's not sort of, oh, you have one lecture in this building and then I go to another one. Like that's kind of like a standard degree would be like that, but veterinary medicine's a bit different.